Hey guys, it's the Dutchman's Master and welcome to the second episode of the Nightclub Let's Build in The Sims 4. So today I'm back here in Kontinuum and I'm simply continuing working on the Nightclub which I started in episode number 1. And yeah, in case you missed that episode, in this series I'm building a nightclub in Kontinuum, the brand new world that comes with The Sims 4 City Living. And I do this sped up in 6 episodes and still it's a Let's Build because it's not sped up as much as a regular speed build is, and also I talk about the process a little bit more than I do with speed build simply because I've got a little bit more time for that. So yeah, like you can see, I'm simply continuing working on the shape of the building just where I left off in the last episode, and I must say, looking at it again, I'm very proud of the way it's starting to look like. I think it's really cool with the shutters, which are the new items that come with City Living. Some of the new items, of course, are like, I believe I read, I've not counted that myself, but I read there were like 250 or 300 items, which is pretty good, and definitely there are very many items coming with this pack, but not exactly in the spot where I want new items. For instance, here you see some of the new windows. That's quite a coincidence, but I just really don't like the new windows that come with this pack. They're just very impractical, and I'm sure that I'll not use them a lot. For instance, in this building I should actually be using new windows because of course a new pack comes with new windows, so you use them in like the Let's Build which is focused on that pack, but simply the windows aren't very good in my opinion. You're just too big, not detailed enough. I just really don't like them, so I just go for the regular base game windows, which are still really my favorite windows. They're just big glass pieces which just look good in my opinion. But I would have liked to see more windows and more doors with this pack, but furthermore we really have many new items which I'm very happy with, and I will definitely use many of them in this build as well, but not the windows because those just they kind of suck. I would really like to see like some kind of window pack because windows are so important for a building. But and we actually do have very many of them as well, but I would love to be able to actually create my own windows, because for some reason the ones which the team creates it's nearly never like exactly the way I would personally do it, because for instance, the windows that came with Get Together, there were very many windows with that pack. Some of them don't actually fill up the entire wall. They are only middle level, so the second height level windows, but they don't actually match up the entire height of the wall, which sort of sucks because in that way it doesn't really look that good. And also they're not available at the level like the one level. So you've got 3 levels for the wall heights, as you probably know if you play the game. And I would love to see them like on every level or every wall height, because then I'd be able to really use them when I combine like 2 levels, for instance. But oh well, I can't change that. There are quite some windows with like the game in general, especially if you've got Get Together, but it's not always as good. But we always need something to complain about, of course. But here I'm building something which I think turned out to be really cool. If you're into modern architecture, you'll definitely like this, I think, because I'm into modern architecture and I like it. With commercial buildings I always find it very hard to give them that commercial building feel, because of course in real life, of course, you'll also notice that commercial buildings aren't really like houses. They're obviously much bigger, and therefore they're not as detailed as houses, and often there is just something that is some kind of shape that's repeated a lot, and that's what I did here. I just created a huge wall where I added these shutters in front of the windows, and it's just so modern and it looks so commercial, or so much like a commercial building or like an open area building, that I just really liked it. And I'm adding it on the other side of the building as well. I'm not sure if I'm going to work on that right now. But yeah, because I think if you download this house, or this, no, it's not a house, this nightclub, once it's like done, I'll of course upload it to the gallery, but I think once it's done, you can actually download this to use it as a house if you just change it and then place it as a penthouse like I did over here. I think it's not even that strange to use it as like a regular house, because from the front, it actually does look sort of like a regular house. It's not it's sort of like a summer villa modern with all those patios. And yeah, the reason I added all those patios is because, you know, if you are so high up in the sky, even if you're at a nightclub like dancing, you still want to be able to look outside, and maybe it's like in a more warm country and you can actually in the middle of the night just dance outside. So therefore I added a couple of dance floors outside as well, and there are just going to be outside bars and outside or outdoor like eating areas, etc. So yeah, I just thought that was really cool. So yeah, please let me know what you think of all the city living videos so far. I've uploaded a lot in my opinion, because I started with 2 really good speed builds, or 1 speed build, well no, 1 penthouse which I built in a speed build which I divided into 2 parts because it was a very long build. Then I also did 1 apartment speed build. I built Casey Neistat's studio, which is like an apartment studio in New York City, and he's a very famous YouTuber. In case you missed it and you do know him, you should definitely check it out. I really hope he gets to see it, because that would simply be really cool. And then I started this Let's Build. So yeah, I think it's just a really cool pack and you can really do a lot with it. But yeah, I just still want more content for The Sims 4. But I think I'll never even be satisfied with the amount of content we get, simply because, yeah, I'm very happy that we have cities now, but I'd love to see a tropical world as well. Maybe that one will be the next one, but I think the next expansion pack will be something like pets or seasons, because they should really do something like that most likely in order to satisfy everyone who plays The Sims sort of. I'm not really into pets and not really into seasons either. I just really want a tropical world, and I think there will not be a combination of seasons and the tropical world. Maybe there will be, but I don't expect so. But yeah, I'm very happy with this pack, but I just am excited for the next one already, but that will probably take quite some time. Here you see that I'm adding like some text or some like logo sort of in front or on the front of the building, also to add that commercial feel, to make sure that you realize that it's not just a house. No, it's really a nightclub, even though it might sort of look like a house in some parts. But yeah, as you can see, we've got all the windows going out there right now, and we've just finished the sides of the building. And in the next episode I'll finish up the entire shape and maybe also start adding the paintings or the wall textures already. And yeah, by the time I'm recording this, I have recorded the next part already, but I'm not too sure yet about like the rest of the series yet, because yeah, of course it will continue, don't worry, but I'm not too sure yet what it will look like. I'm sure that it will look cool, but I'm just very curious what it will look like. I'm really looking forward to that. So yeah, I hope you'll like what I'm building so far, and just leave any suggestions, because even though it is recorded a little bit like it's a little bit pre-recorded, I will, whoa, I really can't talk right now, but I will still take suggestions. That's simply what I wanted to say. I will still take suggestions in case you've got them. So if you've got any tips or things you want me to change or good suggestions, just leave them in the comments down below, and then I'll do my best to take that into consideration. Maybe I'll end this series with 1 episode in which I change or make some changes or add some things which you suggested, something like that. But I just want to sort of make it still feel like we're building this together. But anyways, thanks for watching this episode. I hope you enjoyed watching it, and then I really hope to see you back in the next episode and in any other video that I'll be uploading. Bye bye.